are live. Hello to all my podcast land, and welcome to another exciting episode of Call of the Deep, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play podcast. I am your Dungeon Master, Mikey. You can follow me all over the social medias at Pop Culture Geek. You can also follow all of us collectively at Vibe Tribe Productions, where Season 2 is currently on a roll with everything starting to release at the time of this recording. We got a bunch of actual play podcasts and we got a lot of pop culture podcasts. There's a little something for everyone, so make sure you give us a subscribe to the YouTubes and wherever your favorite podcasting network happens to be, and join us in the adventure. Say what now?
Mikey does not sleep.
Sleep is for the weak. No, I'm just kidding.
For quitters is what it is.
Was going to say something. I'm going to retract that statement for later. Anyways, as you can hear, I am joined by my amazing cast of players, where tonight is do or die for them. But before we get into the mayhem, let's introduce who we got going on for this session. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to decide that Amador, you will be the first to go.
It's me, Amador, everyone's favorite, that guy.
That guy. I love that guy.
It's me, that guy. I do a lot of things here at the Vibe Tribe. Today I'm a goblin. Maybe next time I'll be some kind of Boy Scout. Maybe next time I'll be some 8-foot tall hulking space marine. I don't know. Like I said, today I'll be Corvus. I'll be shooting things with my bow as I am the Arcane Archer.
We love to see it. All right, I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm very interested to see what happens here. But next person to give their introduction, hopefully the delay won't be too much, is going to be the one and only Josh.
Hey guys, it's me again. I know it's been a while since you've heard me on this podcast, but I am back. I am Josh, also known as MG Preacher, and tonight I will be playing Dharak Valgard, the party's hunky paladin.
But will he stay hunky for long? Tune in to this episode to find out. Alrighty. Next person up is going to be the one and only JC.
How's it going? I'm JC, or JC Vanguard. I am the lovable cat Tydak. Meow. Every once in a while, we're going to have one of those. Hopefully tonight we don't die. And I'm going to blame JBL for it.
Okay, I need you to explain to me, the players, and the rest of the listening audience, how is this JVL's fault?
You'll see when the game plays through.
Listen,
this is my first prediction of the game.
You cannot blame your performance anxiety with your dice on another person. That's not how this works.
He started it.
I started by being here, apparently. That's all I did.
You're making fun of me only rolling that once.
That's your dice's fault.
And I wasn't doing that. That was Amador.
I still blame you for it.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment. I want my lawyer.
There's no rights in D&D.
Only lefts.
Oh my gosh. Alrighty, before we derail this train further down the track, last but certainly not least, you love him, you know him, JBL.
You do not love me. You do not know me. JC definitely does not love me because he blames me for everything. I am John Van Littling. I am playing Hugh being the Simic hybrid Druid that we have, who is the only healer we have tonight, which could be interesting. But yeah, it's very nice. At this point, I think in this little bit here, I have wild shaped into a giant octopus, and I have inked everywhere. So everyone gets to bathe in my juices that I've put out in the water as we're doing this.
You made me ink.
Ink Daddy.
I was just gonna say that, JC.
To be fair, out of all the meanness I am against JVL tonight, for some reason, he is my favorite voice in this campaign.
JVL is a lot of people's favorites. I'm not gonna lie. I have people messaging me, be like, "Yo, you got some fun peoples on here." I'm like, I know, and the fact that they're my friends is, I couldn't have asked for anything better.
The fact that I pay them to be my friends. No,
I'm not paying y'all at all. Not yet, at least.
And now, not ever.
We'll see. If you want to support your local artists and support what we're doing, donate to Cash App at. I'm just kidding. I might Venmo, Cash App. Drop us a tip. It'd be great.
Just the tip, bro. Just the tip.
Oh my gosh.
I'll take a penny.
Can I just point out that every time we finish our introductions, Michael says we like to see it. when this is an audio podcast and not a visual one. What the fuck?
We love to see
And we
it.
love to see it.
I love and hate all of you simultaneously.
You can take it out with this boss.
This is gonna come a little late, but yeah, I can just picture that. We love to see it, all the listeners.
Just to give a
Good on that,
forewarning.
This is just come a little late.
Oh my gosh. To give a little context, Josh is on like a 5-second delay, so this is going to be fun.
But that's for our benefit, not his, because he swears so much.
It's, what the fuck? Yeah, we're past the 2-minute mark. We're fine. Listen, YouTube, I apologize. Like we promise we're pretty good. We follow guidelines.
I'm not
for the most part.
apologizing.
Oh, don't worry. You will be after tonight. But unfortunately, as JVL mentioned, since he technically is the only healer tonight, we are down a couple of members. We are we are missing 3 of our lovable players tonight as I've tried to get their introductions. We are missing our lovable rogue Fila, played by the amazing John Crosswaith. You can follow him all over the TikToks of John Crosswaith now that he is back, apparently, which I love. He came back from the Shadow Realm. It's a great time.
Not our game.
Listen, you can follow him all over the social medias at John Crosswaith. You can also check him out on a couple other projects here, season 2 of Vibe Tribe. You can catch him over at The Hunt for Glory as a Space Marine. You can catch him on Tavern Tales as a rogue, which is so far going to be the most hilarious thing when we get to that. But you can also catch him as one of the other co-hosts for the Biconics Wrestling Podcast.
He's so biconic.
He is a bicon. We are also unfortunately missing Murder Grandpa himself, Ferren, played by the other Josh, so to speak.
We love to see it.
We love... Fuck you. And finally, we are missing our burb monk Sorrin, played by the amazing Dakota. I'm gonna make sure to give him shit later, but yeah, it's a number. So we'll see if these 4 lovable losers will survive. Because before we jump into our combat encounter, let's give a brief rundown as to what happened last time. Last time on Call of the Deep, after returning to Castle Waterdeep, our intrepid heroes were tasked. Seriously, I would love for somebody to do the narration for that. But
hold on, I'll just do it later.
No. Our intrepid heroes were tasked with visiting a wizard in a wizard's tower to get them to activate the city of Waterdeep's defenses for the oncoming pirate attack. As soon as they got to said wizard tower, they found out that in order to activate it, they need the special key, which is currently missing. In order to retrieve the key,
what the hell was that laugh?
Because there's some shenanigans. There's an elevator. Somebody wanted to jump into the aquarium tank at one point. It's been a long week, you guys. Let me have this. But once realizing that they had to retrieve the key, which is currently underneath the waves in an underwater kingdom, most of the party, minus like 2 people, were willing to jump underneath the waves. Once they got to the underwater city and causing quite a entrance, so to speak, our party met with the king of Aquatica and realized that the orb that they are looking for is in an underwater cavern. After getting directions from the king, our party made their way to said cavern where they found the orb. As soon as Hugh grabbed the orb from the special little enclave altar-looking thing, they ended up waking the monster that has been guarding this orb. And after a brief moment of inking himself and trying to escape, we ended the episode there. So now we're going to begin the combat encounter. So I need everyone to roll me initiative, please.
Only because you said please.
Don't roll initiative. You just ain't going to go until I get it.
Boy, you got it.
23.
18.
Cool.
21.
Hugh. 21.
21.
21. And of course, Josh, what did you end
19.
up getting? 19. Cool. All right, so let me put you all in order. Oh, this is going to be fun. So, there's that. So, Tydak's going to go first. Then Hugh. Then Corvus. And then finally, it is my Deep Sea Devourer's turn. He goes at the end of the initiative. Alrighty. Oop, you know what? So let me send y'all the maps real quick so y'all can access it.
Hopefully I can access it.
If not, we'll use Theater of the Mind for you, Josh. So while I get this up for them, for the listening audience real quick, I designed this combat with everybody here, so we shall see if these 4 survive. They're level 6.
Have it set up to you don't have it set up to the full power of everybody?
I initially did, but we'll see. You guys will be fine, I promise.
We need a bird monk. We need a bird monk underwater.
I know, the monk's not here.
All right, I'm getting serious. I'm putting more Anamaguchi on.
All right, I posted it so you can open it up the link, and then you will get started. I posted it.
Okay, I've opened up the JPEG.
Oh, what?
Now I've opened up the right thing.
Okay, I was like...
Apparently I'm Willow the Wisp.
Do I have the right thing here? The Owlbear app thing?
Yep.
I'm not Willow the Wisp.
Okay, because the thing says the owner will need to accept your friend's request.
Yeah, once
technical podcasting.
Technical.
Oh, Incubus is what I need to enter in with?
Yes, Incubus.
Yes.
Stellar.
Not
Here's
Christ.
the password.
Okay, I guess I need to change to not Incubus then.
The fact that you listen to JBL is hilarious.
I figured he knows better.
I have no clue what I'm talking about. You can change your name. There is a hamburger menu that's next to the name, like 3 little dots. You can edit name there. I mean, I like you as Incubus. And then we have the newest guitarist for System of a Down to join.
That is very true. Alrighty.
Valgard.
This is going to be beautiful. Maybe. Who knows? We shall see.
Hold on.
Oh my god. Guys, it's actually loading.
Wow. I'm impressed. I might cry.
God, that was 13 years ago.
I actually might cry because this is phenomenal for this internet.
So you good, Josh?
I think so.
Cool. All right, let's start this combat. Tydak, you are up. It seems that his dice are not the only thing cursed. We can't hear you, bud.
His is high. His bit rate is not.
Oh, no.
I wish his bit rate was as big as his ego.
Looks like it's a 3-person fight.
Let's go.
So
I'm ready to go.
I know. So we'll come back to him.
Action.
He's holding his action. So Hugh, you are up.
Oh, I am still in giant octopus form.
Yeah,
Yep.
you are.
All right. So what am I looking at? Can I even understand what I'm looking at? This giant eyeball I see on the screen here.
So that is the symbol for the type of monster this is, because this is a aberration, aloysius, whatever you want to call it. But to give you a description of
the thing
this
that's not good.
No, it's a thing that is not good. But to give you a description of the monster that you woke up. So it's the same thing in the painting that you saw before you grabbed the orb. Is just this giant squid with multiple tentacles. And as you look at these tentacles, that there are spikes protruding out of parts of its tentacles. And then you just see rows and rows of just chipped, jagged, decaying, like razor sharp teeth. So imagine if a blooper from Mario was really gross, really huge, and looked like it needs to go visit the dentist. But this thing is large.
So let me see where I am here. Each square is 5 feet.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm on a line. Like I'm on a line here for some reason. I don't know why. Which square would you like? Which square would you like me in? Basically, because I'm like in the middle of 4 of them right now.
Whichever one you want, and that could be where you're starting. I'm not a stickler for that.
Okay, I'm just trying to 1, 2. All right, so I'm gonna move, swim here, be within 15 feet, and I'm going to try to basically attack and then grapple this thing with my tentacles.
Okay, so
Because
roll.
why not?
Because why not? All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
Because it's restrained. Then, if I'm got that, so let me see here. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Awesome. Hold on 1 second here. So that is 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and it needs to make a DC 16 DC 16 check or be grappled. So strength check, I'm assuming.
All right, so that is going to be a 19.
So it makes it so it is not restrained. Okay. And then, since I still have movement left, because I have 60 feet of swim speed, so I moved 5. And
Oh, that's a spider web. Oh my god.
I'm going to move here.
Oh no, that's gross. That's gross. That's disgusting.
Meet what? Mute.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. So so that takes care of you, Hugh. Tydak, before you bamped out, it is your turn.
Hi, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, computer issues and all that.
We know you held your action.
I figured. I guess that's how close I am to the damn... What the fuck is that math in the head? 19 plus 8. There's a 27 hit.
Damn. Yes, it does.
Okay, so I'm going to use my glaive and kind of swipe him. Hopefully I can get a good hit.
Are you close enough?
I can move close enough.
Make sure
Is
you
that
move.
better for you?
I'm just saying, because we have to have a map this time. We have to actually play by the rules of engagement, unfortunately.
I hate this computer. Okay, so I'm just going to have to move my character piece for me because it just fucking closed Owlbear. So if it's not one thing, it's another.
All right. I will move for you.
So he's going to get hit with 14 points of damage, slashing.
Damn.
Then I'm going to use a bonus action. Oh, no, I can't because they're all used. I guess my next action per turn is I'm going to use my, what's it called? Breath weapon?
Underwater.
It's psychic damage.
I know, that's hysterical. It's like going to be like pulses.
It's sonic boom underwater.
As long as he yells Krakatoa. Krakatoa.
No. So the creature's got to make a dex saving throw above 13.
Cool. That's a 15.
Okay, so he'll take half damage. It was 9, so half damage rounded up is 4.
Yes, we round up, so 4.
No, it'd be 5 if we rounded up.
If you got 4.5, it would be rounded up to 5.
Yeah. And
So
I don't think I have
5.
actual surge on this one, do I?
You should by now.
I don't remember if I do. Or if it's not used up.
You haven't used it yet. I know that for a fact. Because we've rested since the last... We rested after you were turned into a cat.
Oh, yes.
And we
I
got
do
you
have
back. So you have rested. You have an action surge left.
it. I'm going to do it then. I do have it. I just found it.
I found my action surge.
I found it. All right, so it's 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
All right, so another glaive attack. Okay, so that is a solid 15. And I'm going to breath weapon him again because I can do it again. That's 12 more. And does he make the save for the dexterity save for that second one?
Yes, he gets a 16.
Okay, so then he takes 6.
Okay.
So 15 and 6 for the second one.
Alrighty.
And then move my piece as far as I can, half my distance away.
Okay, so I'll move you back 5 to
15 feet.
15 feet. There we go. Right back where you started.
Yeah, because I had to move 15 to get him. Okay, have fun.
Have fun. All right, Dharak, it is your turn now.
All right, so I'm going to try something that I've never done before. I'm going to try to throw a javelin underwater.
That is hilarious.
He's going
All
full Aquaman, folks.
I'm going to try and turn a javelin into a harpoon.
Go for it. Roll an attack roll.
I thought I was the underwater priest.
Priest. Oh, hey, that's a 21.
Yep, that definitely hits. So roll for damage.
Okay, that is a 1d6 plus 3. Total of 6 damage.
Okay. Sweet.
All right. I also have remembered that I have 2 attacks per turn.
Yep, you have extra attack now, so what would you like to do for finally?
So I'm gonna try to rinse and repeat here.
All right, roll to see if you hit.
That's another 21. 15 plus 6.
That definitely hits. Roll for damage.
It's another 6.
Alrighty, so that takes care of that. And then
And I'm gonna use a little bit of a move between Corvus and Tydak. and I'm going to take a guarded stance.
Okay. What is this
guard underwater?
Yeah. What does this guarded stance underwater look like?
I'm just trying to hunch down as best as I can with my shield up. That way, in case a giant bloody tentacle comes to smack at us, I can try to dampen the blow.
I was actually asking seriously. I just wondered how you were positioning yourself, because it'd be funny. I just thought it was funny if you put it up there, but you're like swimming around in a circle to make this completely like ranged shield just around yourself. That's your guarded stance, is the full like just rotation of your shield.
Cannonballs and just like floats.
I can't float. I'm wearing heavy armor.
You are an anchor.
You literally are anchoring. I'm assuming that's the end of your turn, bud.
Yep, that was 2 attacks, and that's about all I can do.
All right, Corvus, you're up.
All right, so we're underwater. Can I still shoot my arrows underwater?
Yeah. Again, I'm not too much of a stickler when it comes to those kinds of things, so your weapons will definitely still be able to fire without any disadvantages or like having their reach or whatever, because that's not cool and it's not fun. But so your weapons can definitely hit.
Okay, so I'm gonna move back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm gonna do my first attack with my longbow and get an astounding. Yes. I got a 16 to hit.
That misses.
All right. Thank God I got 2 attacks. So I'm gonna notch another arrow. And that definitely misses. That was a 12. Dice jail.
It definitely misses, unfortunately.
Okay. That's all I got.
All right. That ends your turn. So now it's the giants. It's now is the deep sea devourer's turn. So you guys have gotten a couple of shots on it, which is pretty good. But now it's going to move its ginormous body. And it's going to move. Looking at all the targets, it's going to come to you first, Hugh. And it's going to attempt to hit you with it's going to attempt to hit you with its tentacles.
Of course it is, but we have a murder grandpa now.
Which will make or break it, so we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah, murder grandpa.
Does a 21 hit?
Let me look here. It does.
Okay. So, I don't have enough dice. Hold up. It's not that
That's
bad.
never a good thing you want to hear.
All right, so that hits. Yeesh. Okay. That is going to be 15 points of piercing damage.
15 or 50?
15, 1-5.
Okay. I have to keep track of this from our wild shape form before it falls.
Right.
Okay.
All right, so 15. Okay, so 15 points of damage, and I need you to roll me a strength saving throw, please.
Okay. That is a 20, not natural.
Okay, so you succeed, so you don't get grappled. So now, let's go for its second attack.
Go for it.
19 to hit.
Hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes, it hits.
Okay. Other Josh, welcome. If you can, go ahead and roll initiative for me, and I'll put you in the initiative order soon. All right, so it hits against Hugh. Oh. I'm glad my dice are cooperating with me, but 6, 12. That is 20 points of piercing damage.
Okay. No grapple check? Good. Okay.
No. Roll me that.
I'm still in octopus form.
Yes.
The octopus itself has 1 more hit point than Hugh does.
All right, so roll me that strength saving throw, please.
Oh, actually, I do have to roll. Okay.
Yep.
That is a 19.
Okay, so you succeed, so you are not grappled. So this deep sea devourer just looks at you in a hutopus form, apparently. And it swings at you while it's not able to hold onto you with its spiky tentacles. It does get a few hits on you, piercing you as you go through. But that is going to be the end of its turn. Ferren, what did you get for your initiative?
18.
18. Okay. What is your dex modifier? Actually, why am I asking? I can look it up. Hold up. I keep forgetting I have everything. One sec.
And thank you, JC, for that link.
And now, a moment from our sponsors.
Me
Do
on
you
these.
have issues with tentacle hentai happening in your bathroom? No more. With Tenta Be Gone, the #1 octopus repellent for all toilets.
We can't hear you, Mikey.
No, I know you can't. I know you can't hear me.
Anal penetration when I was trying to poop.
It felt like something was reaching up inside me and just taking everything from my insides.
You need
Now
Tenta
with
Be
Penta Be
Gone.
Gone, I don't have any issues or fear of the bathroom.
Or a colon. I will say this is probably the weirdest looking octopus fight that you're watching in front of these two giant octopuses going at each other.
It's hentai porn.
So it's mating
Yes.
season?
Pretty much.
Because you know,
So are you going to
amongst
leave
the-
your seat in your shoe?
Hey, Mikey, I'm being told I'm waiting for you to accept my request to join.
Yes. Yes. All right, I figured
To be
it
fair,
out.
Welcome. To be fair, listeners, if you're used to us by listening to us often, or if this is your first time, this is how we always are, and I do not apologize. We are always disheveled.
I don't think that's the right adjective, but that's okay.
All right, we're always fuck ups.
I still think that's the wrong adjective.
Yeah.
Anyways.
More of a noun than
Alright.
an adjective, really.
Maybe
Anyways.
even a verb.
All right, so Ferren, you are going to go after Corvus, so you are after the goblin, but before the monster, so that should be fun. All right, so back at the top of the order, Tydak, it is back to you.
Okay, I guess I'm just going to try and punch face again. I'm going to swing with the glaive. Does a 19 hit?
Yes, the 19 definitely hits.
Okay. Okay, so that's a total of 9 damage for my swing for my first action.
Okay.
Second action does a 17 hit.
It does.
Well, that's a D8. Why did I roll back? Swinging again, I'm going to hit with an 11. 11 points of slashing.
All righty. And that's end your turn, bud? Cool. All right, Hugh is back to you.
All right. You know what? It worked for him. It's going to work for me. Let's attack with our tentacles again. That is a 24 to hit.
Hits.
And that does 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need him to make a strength saving throw. There's something going on in the background of Mikey's audio, I'm assuming. Can't hear a word he's saying. I'm assuming he beat my DC. I'm pretty sure I'm assuming he beat my DC. Yeah, so he beat my DC. He is not grappled. And I'm just sitting there like a jackass waiting to hit him again, which is not going to happen. Actually, you know what? Let me do this. I got move. I'll take an attack of opportunity. I'm going to try to swim away from him, Mikey, and just get away as fast as I can.
All right, let's see if get this opportunity attack. Nah, that's not, he ain't gonna hit.
All right, then I'm going to swim over like here, just so he can still see me, but not that far.
Okay, cool. And all right. End of that.
I slap you again. I slap you a third time.
Okay. You're going to move over where so the audio listeners can actually understand what
I'm
you're
moving
talking about?
over away from him about 20 feet behind this little like rock wall thing. So I'm covered and I want him to come with me. Get away from you guys. I'm like
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna
I'm waving
lure him?
my beak at him basically.
You're wearing your little octopus bikini.
Oh no, I'm just shiny. Everyone likes shiny things.
Shiny. Oh boy. All right, so that ends Hugh's turn. Dharak, you are up.
You know what? Screw it. I'm doing good with my javelins. I'm just gonna throw another javelin at it.
Throw it.
Javelin. Try to throw with might.
Say 17 plus 6. Hang on.
So
Either way, I'm pretty
Mikey,
sure that hits.
Yep, that definitely hits.
Woo! That's another d6 plus 3. That's a total of 9.
Alrighty. So I'm assuming next attack.
Second verse, same as the first.
Now put me on a plane so I can put him in a hearse.
Yes, there it is. But that's a dirty 20.
All right, that definitely hits. So roll for damage.
dirty.
It's a total of 6. Hey guys, I'm actually doing damage this time.
So,
He has to, because apparently. But for
All
job
it took
well
was putting him
done.
underwater.
Seriously, he's an anchor. It definitely helps. That's amazing. All right, so that ends Dodek's turn. Corvus, it is back to you. What are you gonna do, Goblin?
I'm gonna blast him. So, first attack. Yeah. Misses again. It's 16.
Yeah, that misses.
Second shot.
well, we got a boy with stamina over here.
26.
That definitely hits.
So I will be using my Fury of the Small. So that adds an extra 6 damage. And then, since it hits, I'm going to use one of my Arcane shots. I'll mark that off right now. Grasping Arrow. So it takes an extra 2d6 damage. And its speed is reduced by 10 feet. And it takes 2d6 damage the first time each turn it moves at least 1 foot or more. The brambles last for a minute, and until you use this option, or until you use this option again, or until any creature uses an action to remove it with an athletics check of 11. So damage is going to be a D8 if I can find it. There it is. So it's going to take 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 11 is 19 plus 2d6 poison 5 which is 10, so 19 piercing damage and 10 poison damage for a grand total of 29.
Ow. Nice job, though.
Thanks. And I'm pretty comfortable where I am, so that'll be the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Next up, to get his first shot in, is Murder Grandpa himself, Ferren. So what would you like to do first?
I'd like to know where I am. I don't have a token.
Oops. Hold on. I got you. Bam. There we go.
Ah, there I are.
You,
So this thing has been hurt.
it has.
It is within range, so bonus action, I put my hunter's mark on it. So it's
Very nice.
flashes in a 3-inch circle show up on it. And I'm going to close up with a move action, and I'm going to attack this thing.
Alrighty.
It's an 18 on the die. I'm using the Helmet of Fallen Leaves. So it's going to be a total of 26.
Oof.
I have a D6 for my Hunter's Mark, a D8 for Colossus Slayer because it's been hurt already, and a D10 for the weapon damage. Low rolls, though, so that's going to be a total of 14 on the first hit. And second swing has a 21 total.
That hits.
A little bit better damage this time. 17 damage on the second swing.
Alrighty. 17. Yikes.
And let me double check. Yep, that is going to be my turn.
Alrighty. Y'all are doing a good job. All right, so now it's this thing's turn. So after getting smacked a little bit, it's still looking pretty hardy, but it is getting, you could see that it's getting a little agitated by how much you guys are putting up a fight. So you guys immediately start to see this deep sea devourer, the squid-like creature, begin to move its tentacles in a weird fashion as it begins to move it to its side, and it takes the palm portions of it and it twists them facing in all directions that you guys are at. And I am going to use one of its customized moves. So I need
spell. Then is it casting in a way that I don't get an attack opportunity for being right up against it while it casts?
Technically, it's not a spell because it's innately built into its
Supernatural.
I guess biology. Yeah. All right. So I need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Maybe 15.
That's a 19.
23.
Tydak at
Alright.
19. Human being at 23.
I'm about to be in a world of hurt.
In a whirlpool of hurt.
Ooh.
I got a staggering 8.
Oh,
That is
no.
staggering, actually.
All right, and then
Oh no,
Dharak.
Corvus, not you.
My patas. No.
Math serves me right. It should be a 18.
Oh, buddy. Alrighty. So the only one who passed was Hugh.
Weird.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck.
Okay. First and foremost, all of you guys are going to Hugh. You're going to take half damage. Everyone else is going to take the full brunt.
Yeah, it's still gonna drop me out of wild shape, but that's okay.
Okay, so this customized move is Hail of Thorns, so to speak, is what I called it. So this is going to be 8d6.
Oh,
Mikey,
Owie.
8 half damage is more than 17. I'm out of wild shape for him.
But I can only use this customized move once, so we'll see. I could roll very poorly.
He could roll all ones. We can. Fingers crossed, boys. Fingers crossed.
All right,
Not gonna happen. This isn't Yahtzee.
Oh, okay, hold up. I got to do some math. So
I just realized that was a 14 on the die, but I'm just going to stick with my 18. Why
you're
not?
gonna lose.
you still failed anyway. 16, 19.
You know what? Fuck this shit. And if I die, I'm making a rogue. I think a rogue gets evasion.
Ooh, okay, that is going to be a total of 36 points of piercing damage. Hugh, you take half of that. So that's going to be 18.
That just drops me.
And Tydak, Corvus, Ferren, and Dharak, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm good at those.
I'm very good at those.
So Hugh basically waving his tentacles and stuff. This thing goes right back down to Hugh.
24.
Fuck.
Wait, how much damage did you say, Mikey?
36 points of piercing damage, and then you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is that for poison?
Oh.
You'll
Oh,
find
no.
it.
Okay, so
Because resistance to poison. So
Nice.
I'm very bloodied right now. Like, I'm very bloodied.
Me too. I have 20 HP.
No, I mean, I'm bloodied. Like,
Oh, also, I just now realized I have a +4 to saves. So
And I
that
just-
22 would have, or 21 would have been a 25.
okay, my Constitution saving roll did not help me right now. So that was a 13 for my Constitution saving roll.
Oh my god.
And I'm at 3 HP, by the way.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
All right, Tydak, you failed. Corvus, you succeed.
That's promising.
Ferren,
Mikey, you said Constitution, right?
correct.
Don't
So-
paladins have resistance to poison? Or was it disease? I can never
Was it?
remember.
a poison effect?
Check your sheet.
So it's not necessary. No, it's not necessarily poison. It's something else.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so advantage against poison attacks would not count here.
Nope.
I have a whopping 12.
Okay, so that's a fail. And then finally, I just need Dharak.
That's a nat 20 +7 +4.
31.
Okay. Oh, you
Mikey, if you tell me I fail, I'm done. I'm quitting.
no, you succeed, so you're fine for now. For now.
This was the oh shit attack where now we really have to kill him.
They can't use it more. So let me explain what
You are
happens.
breaking up there.
I know, I'm noticing that, but I should be okay now. All right. Am I good now? Cool. All right. So let me go through what happens. So all of you immediately see just the spikes in these things' tentacles begin to shoot out, and just a quote unquote tidal wave of these things begin raining down in this cavern. Yes, y'all are underwater, but suspend your disbelief for a little bit. Hugh, you're able to not take as much damage as you are able within the amount of time you have in squid form before you drop out of it. You're able to bob and weave. You still get hit by some of these things, but you don't take the worst of it. However, your compatriots aren't so lucky, and they get stabbed and poked and all kinds of things, taking the full brunt of it. Ferren and Tydak, as you feel the spikes protrude your armor and poke through your skin a little bit, you start to feel that your body begins to stiffen a little bit, as if it was going into like rigor mortis. And you're conscious of what's happening, but immediately, as a few moments pass by, you find that you're just floating in this water. You can't necessarily move. So both of you are now paralyzed.
Okay.
So let me just drop.
We don't have a cleric that can save us because I'm the healer.
And on this note, with that paralyzation, it only paralyzes us. It doesn't do any more damage.
No, you're just paralyzed.
Mikey, from here on out, if I ever go down or I need to do death saves, I want you to roll the death saves without telling me.
Okay. So just for you two, in case you forgot, the paralyzed condition is you guys are considered incapacitated, so you can't move or speak. You automatically fail your strength and dex saving throws. All attack rolls against you have advantage, and any attack that hits you as a critical hit. Well, so any attack that hits a creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of this thing.
So what if Grandpa might be about to be murdered?
Maybe. It depends on what your other 3 party members do about it.
Where's that damn warlock when you need him?
Anybody, Jesus.
You're missing your monk and you're missing your rogue.
Monk, rogue, and warlock.
Yeah, boys, I think this might be GG.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alrighty, but that is going to be the end of its turn. So I would say, Tydak, it is your go, but you can't move and or speak.
And I can't roll a con save right now at all before one turn?
Yes. I was going to say, roll me a constitution to see if you can shake it off.
At the end of the turn.
Yes.
Well, I can't do anything. This is my end of the turn. That's in that one.
Oh my God.
JC.
He was rolling like this to start. Why are you guys surprised?
That is very true. It's an
I'm telling you,
entertaining story.
It's your house, JC. It's not your guys.
It's in the house,
Fucking
JC.
house.
It's gonna get you.
I'll have my wife bless these with sage and moonwater then.
Just have her piss on them. That's probably better than anything else.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Alrighty. So Tydak is still paralyzed at this point. Hugh, it is your turn. You now have dropped off of Hughtopus form.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to move here. And then I'm going to use rejuvenating waters. So Hugh, eyes roll black. He envelops himself in this dark, like super dark, cold water from the depths of the ocean. It jumps to Ferren. And Ferren,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure how much healing this is going to give you. Hold on. This is the only thing that I know that is really good that I have, but I got to get this here. So I just want to check this one more thing. Hold on. Okay, so Ferren, you get. Where's my druid? What is my level right now? Hold on.
You are level 6 at this point.
Yes, good. Ferren, you get 10 points of healing. Really cold water jumps to Ferren, hits Ferren, envelops him in this bubble, and you just see this sparkle as it goes around. You get 10 hit points. It then jumps to the creature, and it does 12 points of cold damage to the creature. Then so it envelops the creature, does this thing, hit with cold damage, jumps to Tydak. It does. You also get 12 points of healing as you get all that stuff. It jumps back to the creature and does, and that is 8 points of cold damage. And finally, if I can see my map here, jumps to, how far away is Corvus? How do I measure on this thing?
So the way that
on the side of it
Got it.
yeah.
looks like a protractor angle.
Oh my God, he's just in range. Corvus, it jumps to you,
Oh shit.
and it heals you for 11 points of healing. You have been healed, my friend.
I feel so fresh. It's like Bobby Boucher when he gets to Arctic water.
Literally. And I have moved my 30 feet. I cannot go any farther. I am stuck there, but I have healed the party and hit this damn thing with cold damage. And then Hugh basically, it jumps back to Hugh, envelops him again. It gets
So you
back
killed
to
most of the
now.
party.
I'm so
Yes.
proud of you.
I can only do up to 3, so that's the problem. Basically,
That's fine,
black water
that's fine.
comes swirling back in, and it goes right back into Hugh's mouth, and as if it was never there.
Nice. So you gonna be a problem. That's what it's telling me. I have a huge problem, man.
But you don't. That's not a problem. I'm not doing much damage to it. I'm just keeping people alive.
All right. That is the end of your turn, I assume?
That is the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Dharak, you are up. So you just saw 2 of your compatriots grow stiff, and they are paralyzed.
Not hard, man.
I hate you. But it is now your turn, Dharak. What would you like to do?
Bonus action. I would have to use a bonus action for spells, right?
If your spell has a casting time of a bonus action.
Otherwise, it's full action.
Yep.
It's a good like 80-20
yeah,
that's
bonus action. Then. You know what? Screw it. I've got heavy armor, so I'll put my faith in my armor. Actually, if I remember, I don't have to tell what I do beforehand. I'm going to run 15 feet.
swim 15
And
feet.
I am going to try to hit it with my... No, I can't swim. I'm in heavy armor, so it's just running as fast as I can while underwater.
Comically running.
You have a swim speed because of what was given to you. You do have a swim speed.
Yeah, you guys do still have your necklaces that were given to you by the wizard, so you can freely move like you normally would on land underwater.
Which is very slow because he's in heavy armor.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm going to move as fast as I can, that 15 feet. And I'm going to take my longsword and two-hand strike.
Do it. Or let's see if you can at least.
15 plus 6, I'm pretty sure that hits.
Damn, you're rolling high. Yep, that definitely hits.
Okay, and so the one thing that I thought I had to mention beforehand, but turns out I didn't have to mention until I can get my hit, is as I was running up, I'm taking my bonus action and preparing a ring smite.
Ah, okay. Interesting. So, Searing Smite
okay,
and
let's
then your
see here.
longsword. Interesting.
So since I'm two-handing, that is a 1d10 plus 3. If I can remember which one's the d10. Okay, found it. Okay, that's 12 with the longsword. And I gotta remember what... Oh, and by the way, the Searing Smite is level 2.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. What level are you
So that
doing
is another 2...
So that's
Yeah, level 2.
2d6.
So that's 2d6. That's 3. And another 3. So 6 for the Searing Smite.
Ow. That hurts. And now...
And with my second attack... I'm sorry, what?
No, I was going to say is now, because it's successfully hit at the beginning of its turn, I got to make a Constitution saving throw, or else it's going to take more damage.
Okay. So do I have to wait for that to happen before I use my second attack?
No, go ahead and do your second attack.
Okay, the second attack is an 18 plus 6.
That definitely hits, and you're attacking with your longsword again?
Two-handed, yes.
Okay.
So that's a d10 plus 3 for another 12.
Okay. Ow. That hurts.
Dharak not happy.
Do I want to be a good DM?
Tell a good story, man. Tell a good story.
Yeah, you know what? I will say this, Dharak. Make sure that you check your class features, because you also have something else that you could potentially use when you fight creatures. Just letting you know. But that is the end of Dharak's turn. Corvus, you're up.
Oh, okay. I'm a blast
Just had
it
a cold
again.
shower. Just had a cold shower.
That's like ice bath. So first shot, I'm gonna go for motherfucking 14. I will say, I forgot to say it as I roll it. I am gonna -5 for sharpshooter, so I add plus 10. So 14 plus 3 is 17.
You barely make it.
Okay, so that's gonna be 7 plus 5 is 12. Plus 10 is 22. Piercing.
Okay.
Then the second attack, misses.
Okay.
I rolled an 8. Then
Oh, no.
I'm gonna action surge. So now I get another 2 attacks. So the third attack
Damn.
I think I'm gonna feel frisky. I'm gonna do another -5. Misses. Our second one, I'm not -5ing. I'm gonna regret it though. Is 9 plus 8 is 17. Hits.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Okay, so for damage, I'm gonna use my second arcane shot and use the. Has it moved?
No, it has not.
Okay, so fuck it, just for the damage. Okay, so second arcane shot, 2d6 poison damage. So regular damage is going to be 6 plus 5 is 11 piercing, and then 2d6 for poison. 5 plus 5 is 10.
Okay.
So 21 damage in total. That's all I got.
Hey, but you know what? That was awesome. All right. So, Ferren, it is currently your turn. You are paralyzed, however. So, let's see if you can get out this Constitution saving throw, please.
Play with, let's just say, we have balance. Tydak got a nat 1, I got a nat 20.
Oh,
Damn.
let's go!
Sweet.
24 total.
Okay. So, Ferren, as you're floating through, you're able to just take a breath in and you shake off the paralysis. So you are no longer paralyzed. Congratulations. But
That's the end of the turn, not the start of the turn.
yep.
Okay.
Alrighty. So now it's this thing's turn. So seeing that it's got two people in front of it, it is going to attempt. First, it's going to try to go after you, Dharak. So let's see how this goes.
And,
Oh, no.
Wait, Mikey.
What's up?
Minus that by 5.
Oh, okay, cool.
Why is it attacking Dharak? Dharak's not right in front of it.
Yeah, it is.
That's Ferren's right in front of it.
And then
Not
next,
right next to you.
I'm right
Yeah.
next to you, Ferren.
Yeah, he went up to go attack it with a longsword.
Oh, then my map needs to update then, because I'm still
Hit the reset button. There's 3 dots. You can refresh on it.
yeah.
Yep. But either way, Mikey, basically Hugh, as a reaction to that, Diviner's Dice, he's -5 to whatever you just rolled.
It worked out. It's still going to hit, but it is the dirty 20 instead of a natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That makes my armor class.
But you won't be dead.
So you won't be dead.
It beats his armor class, he
Hopefully.
wins.
Yeah,
No, it gets the defender,
yeah.
but he doesn't get double damage.
Yeah, he doesn't get hurt really badly.
Basically,
So-
Hugh.
I only get hurt badly.
Hugh moves his hand in the water as a reaction. You see this dice roll across his knuckle. And
That's tasty flavor right there.
Yes, so Hugh saved you from nat 20 damage, but you are still going to take a total of 10 piercing damage. And I need you to roll me a strength saving throw, please.
Oh no.
I took how much damage?
10 piercing. And then roll me a strength saving throw.
Okay, strength saving throw.
I've now switched over to Lira as my background music.
19 plus 7.
Gosh dang. Okay, so you're fine. So you don't get. You take some damage, but you don't get the secondary effect. And now, second attack is going to go for murder, Grandpa.
Oh, shoot, no, because I double-handed my longsword, so I don't have my shield out.
Nope. All right, that is. Does a 21 hit, Ferren?
All day long.
All right, let's roll for damage.
Sorry, my reaction's gone. I can't help.
Ooh, okay. That is going to be 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then strength saving throw, please.
Remember how I was talking about balance a moment ago?
Oh, no.
That one.
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
The dice giveth and the dice taketh.
And the dice take it away.
Okay. So, I don't want to say this is worst case scenario, but so Ferren, as this deep sea devourer swipes at you with its tentacle and it makes some puncture marks with it, you start to feel its palm of its tentacle begin to coil around your body and begin to squeeze what breath and what life you have left in it. So you are currently grappled at this point. So this thing has you in its tentacles.
I could really use some tint to be gone right now.
By the way, use the code VibeTribe at checkout and save 5% off on your first purchase.
Hugh has an idea.
If it works, and I have to ask you if it's allowed, I have to make sure.
Okay, when we keep that in mind, when we get to your turn, we'll go for there. Okay.
Oh no.
It is currently Tydak's turn. So, Tydak, you are still paralyzed at this point, so go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I swear
I
to God, if
believe
I
in
get
you.
another that one.
I believe in you.
Pray to the dice gods.
7.
Nope, you are still paralyzed.
God damn. You need some lay on hands.
I need something.
All right, so Tydak, you are still paralyzed. You're still floating. All right, Hugh, it is your go. What is your idea?
So this is my I don't know if this works. I have to remember. So in the order of things, I'm allowed to use Healing Word as a bonus action. And it's a lower spell level than a spell I want to cast. Is it only if I wanted to cast a cantrip afterward, can I use the Healing Word as a bonus action? Or if it's a lower level than the spell I'm casting? I can't remember.
So I've seen people do it multiple ways. The way that I will do it is if you want to cast two spells, and this is how I do it because this is a house rule that I have. If you want to cast spells, you may, the way I do it is you can cast, as an action, you can cast a spell, but it has to be first level or higher. And then you can do a cantrip as your secondary, or if you want to do cantrip first, if it's a bonus action, and then an action, you can. But
So
one of them has to be a regular spell. One of them has to be a cantrip, and you decide which order, but you need to make sure that whatever the casting time is, it's used at that correct portion.
So this wasn't going to work then because the spell I was going to cast is a second level spell and Healing Word's a first level spell. So I can't do that. Annoying because I have an idea and I still might do this. And Ferren, what do you add for hit points right now?
I'm still in 4 digits. I'm at 18.
Still at what?
He's still in the double digits.
Mikey?
Okay, hang on. So you want to use 2 spells to try to maximize the amount of healing, right?
No. This was my idea. I'm going to use the first part of it. You can tell me if I can use Healing Word afterwards. He's got Ferren, right? I'm going to cast Heat Metal on Ferren's armor and make him drop him, but it hurts Ferren. And I was going to use Healing Word to get some of that back for him because I'm going to have to hurt Ferren to make this thing drop him.
Do it, lad.
I was going to say, okay, here's what I'm going to have you do then.
Yeah.
I definitely want to be fair, but here's what I'm going to do. Because I'm all for the rule of cool, but I'm going to let the dice gods decide. You're going to roll a d20, and it's just going to be the flat roll. You need to get a 14 or higher for this to work.
15.
Yes!
Dude. Good shit.
I was just thinking 50.
I'm casting Heat Metal at 3rd level. So this is going to do, hold on, I'm just checking this on here, 3d8 fire damage to both Ferren and the creature. And the creature then has to basically, if the creature is holding or wearing an object that takes damage from the creature, must succeed a con saving throw, or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop it, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn. Ferren too, because Ferren is the thing.
Yep.
So here's the damage. 13 points of fire damage to both of you.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god. That's really cutting it close.
Yes, and but I can use Healing Word.
That's a hot tamale.
It's not murder grandpa, it's hot grandpa.
Oh, he's sexy hot grandpa.
Spicy grandpa.
Grandpa was hot like me.
I smell burning murder, grandpa. So con save from both of you because you got to figure out if you can take off the metal or anything else. And this will
it's a
continue
full
until
minute to doff this armor, so there's no way.
No, I'm just saying I can drop the concentration at any time. I could drop it once you're out and no longer have it be affecting you. This is literally to get you out of grapple.
7.
So no, you fail it. So you basically still have it on you. You have to figure out what you want to do. What does the creature do?
Okay, so you said it needs to
con save.
con save. Okay.
If it fails,
I got a 16.
then that meets my con save. So
Okay.
what does that mean?
That means if it meets it, it beats it.
So that means he has to drop Ferren.
Yes. Otherwise,
yeah.
Fine. So you just
Hold on,
you know
I'm
what?
not done with her.
Put it down, Jeff.
Wait, if the octopus met the con save, he still holds on to him. He
still
met the
has
con save, he beat it.
Oh, then he beat it. No. So let me read the spell again just to be sure here. I just want to be sure here. So heat metal. If the creature takes damage from it, the creature must succeed a con saving throw or drop the object. So it's trying to hold on to him by rolling the con save.
Yes, but since he rolled the 16, which is your con save DC, he met the DC, so he beat the DC.
So must succeed on
Yeah,
that.
but he has
so now
to
he can
exceed that.
Since he met the DC, he can drop the object if it wants to. Basically, if he doesn't meet the con save, he can't drop it. It's searing to his skin. So he has a con save to drop. If Mikey
I see the
wants,
confusion.
he can drop it. He doesn't have to, but he'll keep taking damage. And if he doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Which I don't want for this thing. So yes, I'm going to the squid the deep sea devourer is going to drop Ferren.
So cool.
So
that was a really good
idea.
idea.
As that happens, Hugh stops that, drops concentration on Ferren. No more heat metal, and says, "Get up, Ferren, get up!" And he gets 8 points of healing from Healing Word.
So did Ferren get dropped by that, or is he still got enough
Negative.
health?
I was at 3.
Sorry,
I was at
Ferren
5.
got
Now I'm at
dropped.
13.
Yeah, so
Very-
Ferren got dropped.
That was clutch as fuck.
Holy fuck, that worked. Thank you,
Listen.
Mikey. That was much fun.
Listen, like I'm here for fun. I'm here for the rule of cool. That's the important bit to me.
Hey, I hurt my own party member to do it.
This is going to be an epic tale. All right, but that is the end of your turn, Hugh. So
Ferren's still
Dharak.
bubbling from this heated metal. It's cool.
Yeah.
Down.
It is now your turn.
I heard you. I'm just trying to look through my lists here to see if there's anything I can do.
Oh, Mikey, I just moved my guy too. I had to move action to still do it, so I moved.
You're good.
I'm just going to listen to my
I think
hurdy-gurdy
all
metal now.
stuff
for a
that I
while.
got is.
I think his mind is.
Dang it! I think all of my healing stuff is actions, and none of them are bonus actions.
If you have Healing Word, it's a bonus action.
Let's see, healing word.
It should be a first level spell.
You prepare it.
Then I don't think I have it.
All right.
The downside of a paladin, if you don't have the spell prepared, you can't use it.
That's any spellcaster.
That's true, but still.
Why do you think I prepared so many healing spells? I'm like, we never.
Yeah,
have a
originally
healer.
what I
have
thought
it.
was a bonus action was lay on hands, but no, that's an action.
And you have to touch somebody.
Sweet touching me, touching.
Yeah. In theory, what I was gonna do is attack. In theory, what I was gonna do was attack, run off, try to get over to Tydak and heal him, but it didn't look like that's gonna happen.
Don't worry, I have plans for you guys.
So,
Just do what you need to do.
Because I really want to heal Tydak, but I also gotta try to kill this thing as fast as possible. So, again, longsword, 2 hands.
Alrighty. So roll to see if you hit.
22, if math is correct.
That will hit.
Let's go, 1d10. Oh, that's a 13.
Ooh, very nice.
And let's see, there was a trait that I have as a paladin. Let's see here. Where was it? I can't remember where it was. Okay, let me know if I can use this, Mikey, because it says that this is no action. When you hit with a melee attack, you can expend 1 spell slot to deal an extra 2d8 radiant damage to the target, plus 1d8 for each spell level higher than first.
Okay. So Divine Smite. What level is this Divine Smite going to be at?
Also, this thing is not considered a fiend or anything, is it?
No.
Dang it, because then I could do an additional 1d8 if it was a fiend.
Yep. You haven't encountered fiends quite yet, but they will make an appearance soon.
Soon.
That's
But I've only got room for 1 more 2nd level spell, so I'm just going to do this as a 1st level.
Okay, so give me 2d8 for radiant damage.
That's 7 and 4.
Okay, so 11 damage. Nice. Ow.
Oh, wait, this is just my first attack.
Oh, shit. You gotta love the extra attacks.
Yup.
Somebody's got
Yeah, so guess what? Rinse and repeat. Another two-handed strike.
All right, roll to see if you hit.
Plus 6. So that would be a dirty 20.
Yep, and that would definitely hit.
Dharak doing damage. Total of 10. And it said that I can use this 5 times per long rest. So, like I said, rinse and repeat.
So you're divine smiting it again?
Divine smiting it again.
Okay, first level, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, so 2d8 radiant.
Another 7. Oh, and another 7 for 14.
Ow. Ow, you did a lot of damage. That hurts. But that's going to be the end of Dharak's turn, I think. Yes. Okay. Corvus, you're up.
All right. I'm attacking it. I'm -5ing. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Nope, the first one missed. I rolled 3. Feeling it. -5 again. Feeling it. Nope. I rolled a 2. That's all I got.
Oops.
Damn this water.
Alrighty, so that ends your turn. Ferren, it is your go.
Bonus action, I'm going to use Healing Spirit to summon my Dragonfly friend, who will give me back points. I'm going to swing twice. First one is 24 to hit,
That definitely hits.
and Hunter's Mark is still up. First swing is 20 points of damage.
Oof.
Second swing is 21 to hit,
That definitely hits.
and that's 16 points of damage.
Ow.
Is it still up?
Yes, it is still up, but it is looking a little worse for wear.
A little worse for wear.
Okay.
Then I am going to send my Healing Spirit over to Tydak. It will reach him at the beginning of my turn next round, at which point I will do 1d6 healing to Tydak.
Sweet. So how much does Tydak heal for?
Next round, we'll heal him. Until next round.
Oh, this is going to hurt then.
Next round on your turn, not my turn.
Correct.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So now it's its turn. Okay. So this is its second and last customary move I made from it. So, as you see this deep sea devourer, it's looking a little worse for wear. It's hurting a lot. You see its tentacles begin to move and face you guys again, but this time it puts and it smacks its tentacles into the floor, and you start to see its tentacles vibrate a little bit. And as soon as you see the vibration in its tentacles happening, you start to see that the ground underneath you all is beginning to vibrate as well, making the dust pick up and obscuring just a little bit. You can still see the ground. It's not like full obscure. But the moment that you start to see the dust particles come out as a camouflage, you see these long black spikes come out from the ground, shooting at a neck break speed towards each and every one of you. I need all of you to make me another dexterity saving throw.
Nope.
You just nope.
I do.
I immediately fail them because I'm
Yep.
paralyzed.
So Tydak, you fail, and this counts as a critical hit because you're paralyzed.
I
This
throw
might
water
be it.
there.
It's not past my health, so I'm fine. Unless it does 65 damage to me, I'm fine still.
So Hugh automatically passes because water shield.
Water barrier.
Nice.
Do any appear behind me going toward Corvus, or are they all coming out from it specifically?
So the way that it worked is that it put its tentacles on the ground, and it's literally making the spikes move through the ground and shoot straight up at everyone.
Okay, so it is, I'm putting it down below me. Then that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, cool. Because it
Okay.
was coming at me,
So
I can
does
block it from Corvus basically because it's a 5x5 foot like shield. But
Right.
So does one paralyzation knock out the other paralyzation?
This one's not going to paralyze you. This one's just going for straight damage.
Okay.
Corvus got 12.
Oh, buddy.
I'm going to be the only one left.
Ferren, what did you get on your deck save?
23.
Okay, so you pass. Dharak, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Where was that yawn from?
Me, sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm far away from the mic. I didn't think it would register it.
I just
29.
Fight with JC, basically.
Oh, so Corvus and Tydak are the only ones that are going to fail. So, Ferren, Dharak, you will take half damage. Hugh takes no damage. And Corvus, you're going to take full damage. Tydak, you're going to take max damage plus whatever I roll. Because paralyzed counts as a critical hit. I will say, if you go down, you will be out of paralyzation, so that's good.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Oh, shit.
Paralyzed another way.
Okay, 5, 10, 15. That is 18 points of piercing
Oh,
damage.
thank fucking Christ.
So, Corvus, you take 18 piercing. Ferren and Dharak, you take 9. Tydak, you take 48.
Oh, shit.
Max plus what I rolled, so it's...
Oh, he's down.
Okay, so again, it's not the total of
Oh, no.
65, so I'm not immediately dead. So
But
the total of 65 would have been my life points as it was, plus my max HP, because if it beats my max HP while I'm dead, I'm fucked. But you are close. So if I get hit again while I'm dead, I'm gone permanently.
So I shouldn't heat metal on your armor. Okay, good.
It's leather armor, so good luck.
You're holding metal implements. There are metal things on you.
Oh,
On your armor.
oh, fair. So, Mikey, I am down, out for the count. I would like you to roll for me for my... I would to not know if I fail or succeed. I would like you to keep track of that for me.
Okay, so we're doing Dakota's rolls. Got it.
I love
I
the
felt that way.
save. It's really like it gets to you.
I want to be immersed in it more, so I would like you to roll for me.
You're
Are
fully
you
immersed
sure?
in it.
Do we not... Are you sure you want me to? Because my death saving throw track record is not the greatest.
I am positive I want you to do it, because if I don't know about it, that means we can't meta the death saves.
Okay.
Like, oh, he's about to get up. No, I want you to roll for me.
Okay.
I don't
So
want
that
to know
is-
the outcome.
Okay, so that's going to be the end of its turn. So let me roll for a death saving throw. Okay. All right. Hugh, it is your go.
Okay.
I don't like that.
I'm going to swim over to Tydak. And I am going to grab him around the shoulders and cast Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Bringing out the big guns.
Third level. I was like, I don't have 4th level. 3rd level. Okay. So here, grab the right die here. So that's 21 points of healing light to Tydak.
Cool. So Tydak, you heal for 21.
And then I am done. That's my turn.
Okay. Dharak, it is...
And all you wake up to is Hugh's face, like smiling at you.
Okay, so Dharak, before your go, JC, do you want me to tell you what happened?
Yeah, I assume it was in that one.
Yes. So you failed. You got double failure. And that's why I asked if you were sure you wanted me to roll.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you played that off so well, too.
If I'm rolling for you, I can't, I have to hide my facial expression because I can't let you see whether it was a good thing or a bad thing. But you are back up for 21. Dharak, it is your go. So what would you like to do?
Okay, so Tydak is back up, right?
Yes, Cat Dak is back on his feet.
Okay, so I can use... Oh, Christ. So I can use this on myself then, because I am down to 3 HP.
Jesus Christ.
So
You're
I'm
gonna
going to use the full... Hang on, what was it? Is it 30 points?
It is
Hang
5
on a
times
second.
your level, so 30.
Okay,
So you have...
I'm going to use 30 points of healing on me.
Okay, so you touch yourself
And
to
in
heal
doing this, of
yourself.
course,
Got
I
it.
Lay my hand... that's going to haunt me.
It's true. You're touching yourself to heal yourself.
But I mean, you're not wrong.
It's literally sexual healing.
Having some sensual healing. Oh my.
No, it's not sensual.
Anyway, so you heal yourself for 30.
And let's see, that... Shoot, was that... I think that's an action, ain't it?
What might be?
I keep forgetting where it's at. I think it's under traits. Let's see here. Yeah, as an action.
Yep, so you heal yourself as an action. You still have a bonus action if you're allowed to, if you can make one. But other than that, it will be the end of your turn if you don't have a bonus action.
Who's the lowest on HP right now?
Probably still Tydak. Although Ferren's probably down too.
Okay, so in that case, as a bonus action, I'm going to look over at him, outstretch my hand, and cast Sanctuary on him.
Nice.
Sanctuary! Sanctuary!
Nice try. Only holy places can grant sanctuary.
You're full of holes.
Sanctuary granted.
Sanctuary, Grandpa.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I think that's all I can do. Because I have 2 attacks per action. I don't have 2 actions.
Yep.
Alrighty, so Corvus,
So,
it is now your
That's all
go.
I can do.
All right. -5 the first attack, like
God.
I'm gonna get it someday. Yeah. Nope, that's 14. That misses. Last one. -5 again. Crit?
You got a natural 20?
Crit? Yeah?
Yep. Okay, so it's going to be max plus you roll. So what's the max that I'm taking?
So it's a D8
Take it to the max.
plus 15.
So that is going. So right there, that's 23 so far. So now you're just going to roll and add 23 to that.
It's gonna be 28.
Jeez Louise.
That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Murder Grandpa, it is your turn.
Tydak takes back 4 points,
Cool.
and I'm swinging at this big thing. That is a 24.
Okay, so that hits.
Good damage. That's 23 points slashing for the first hit.
Okay.
Oh, if only I were a warlock. That would be a 19 crit. But I am not. Let me double check. Yeah, don't do that with that mark. So, that's a 27, which I'm confident hits. 19 plus 5, 24 points.
Ferren, how would you like to kill its vibe?
This
Hell
thing
yes!
Hurt me, hurt my friends. All right, lads, time for calamari! As I wind up a big swing, 2 hands overhand, straight down through this thing. It used to be a deep devourer. It is now 2 half deep devourers or shallow devourers.
I love it. So, as you swing down, Ferren, and you embed your halberd into this thing, lets out a terrifying screech. And it's more of like a guttural scream more than anything. But as you retract your halberd, this thing just sinks to the bottom of the cavern and it just collapses upon itself as it becomes lifeless after a few moments. And you landed the killing blow, but all of you have defeated this deep sea devourer.
That's what your mother said too, bitch. Thumbs his nose at it.
I can honestly say I've been grappled by many tentacles in one day. An interesting experience, nonetheless.
To be frank, you look like you enjoyed it.
I'm not Frank. My name is Hugh.
Oh yeah, that's right. Huh?
I don't for sure like that. I don't know about you guys, but I died, and I didn't like that.
Yes,
I
but
was-
You take
I am
1
so-
more point back, Tydak, and the dragonfly vanishes.
Thank you.
I am so glad that at the moment of your passing, you were embraced by the deep and brought back to us in such beautiful fashion.
I feel like, out of character, I feel since Hugh was the one who was able to bring me out of the slum, pretty much out of the depths, should I start following his religion?
That is a character. that is a character choice you have to decide. I am cool however decision you make, whatever decision you make, but that is a character choice that you as the player will need to make, and I will help you whatever direction you choose to go, but I want you to make that decision.
How are you changed by the loving embrace of the waters of the cure wounds of Dagon, bringing you back from the brink?
How were you changed by Dagon? How did Dagon affect your life?
You had Dagon inside you. How did
Oh
you change
God,
your life?
I wasn't
Dharak, are you
ready.
still hurt?
I'm at 26 HP now.
Dharak.
Oh, Dalek, sorry.
No, he healed 30. He's at 33 now.
He touched himself and he healed.
Yeah, I healed myself for 30.
Okay.
Let's get
You
this
know those
key back
paladins.
to the king.
Can I start cutting up some of those tentacles?
I have to get a sample.
Sure.
I'd like to harvest some of those spikes. Maybe I'll get some of that shit that paralyzed these
Yeah.
people.
Oh yeah, we're taking this thing apart.
Anyways,
Underwater, we
what's
can drag it.
Tydak at right now? What's his HP?
Mine is 26.
Okay.
I'm good enough for until we heal at the I don't think we're gonna have any more combat tonight. I think we're good for now. I think we're good till we get to the keep.
Somebody find wood and knock on it.
So I'm gonna use my my glaive and start helping them cut down and sushi fillet this monster.
Devour. Yeah, I'm taking it for parts.
I also get all my javelins back, by the way.
Ow. That was a nice session. I died a lot.
Oh, we're not done. What are you talking about?
No, just nice fighting session.
Yes. Alrighty.
I do have a question before you want to continue.
Uh-huh.
Is there so the reason we started fighting this thing is because we picked something up inside its chamber, right?
The
Is there
orb,
any-
yes.
Is there anything else in that chamber that we did not look at? Is there something laying around, something that we need to try and look at? Is there anything left behind?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Actually, no. Tydak, I will give you a choice. Perception or investigation? I will leave that up to you.
I would prefer perception, but my investigation's at a -1. My perception is at a +3.
That is why you get to pick. So perception it is.
Give me something good. Give me something good. Give me something yummy. Now 20!
Holy shit.
Finally.
Where was that during the fight?
His eyes were opened once Dagon brought him back to life.
No, but I get to add it to my list.
Oh, that's right. You're keeping a list.
I keep a track of how many nat 1s and nat 20s I get.
Oh,
Nice.
shit. I love that.
I think the ratio's a little off.
You think?
Alrighty. Tydak, as you... Hold up. Let me get my list real quick.
Nice.
Actually, no. Let me get my deck of many magical items.
Holy shit.
Yay!
I'm going to randomly pick. Ooh, okay. So as I pull this out, Tydak, as you're looking around the chamber,
And
go ahead.
I'm sorry. This delay is killing me.
It's
I
fine.
was gonna say, while you're looking up whatever it is that you needed to look up, Dharak will walk over to Tydak. And first he'll look at him and go, just tell him, "It was a good fight, brother." And I'll put my hand on his shoulder. And for my final first level, I'm going to cast another Cure Wounds. So when I put my hand on his shoulder, I say, "Holy Mother, touch this child of yours and heal him."
No, don't touch me. Don't
And that
touch
will
me.
be
Another
Shut up
what?
and take the love.
Dharak, consent is, of course, the sexiest of all things. You should ask for it before touching folks. You consent yourself to touch yourself, but if you're going to touch other people, you might try and ask them first.
And he heals another 10 HP.
Dharak, one thing I have learned in this life is you cannot force your love onto other people. You can be arrested for that.
Just like you cannot force the
I don't
love
say
of
anything.
Dagon.
I just look at them, turn around, and walk away and help them harvest whatever they want from this squid thing.
You cannot force yourself the love of Dagon. You have to welcome him into your soul.
Exactly. You must bring him down into your level. Make him understand.
As I'm walking back to the squid thing to help them harvest whatever they want, I'm literally just not even looking. I'm just flipping Tydak off.
I love you too, buddy.
Oh, buddies.
I didn't know I was your number one.
Hugh did give him gifts. I don't know.
Does that mean I'm your first?
No response. I'm helping them harvest.
Shut up, Tydak. It's time for the harvest.
I didn't know it was fall already.
No, you fell.
Hard. Okay, Mikey.
But for the first time, I am now out of the first level spells.
Awesome.
Cool.
So you actually did your job?
Oh, he went
Man,
for
I
the
finally did
throat.
something.
He went for that. He went for the hair. He was like,
He went for the deep cuts.
Oh my god.
Oof. Damn.
My
That was-
armor protects me from your bullshit, my friend.
this
He
was
takes a
psychic
guarded
damage.
stance.
That was amazing.
All right, so now that we got some calamari,
Now that we got some calamari.
What did
I'm looking more
Tydak
at the-
find?
The teeth of those things is pretty cool.
ow, ow, ow.
Okay. So
Stop poking the spiny things.
Yeah, so as you're poking yourself with the spiny things, Tydak,
You are now paralyzed again.
he's not. So
himself on camera.
nope. As you are taking a look around the cavern, outside of the giant monster and the rest of your compatriots, out of the corner of your eye, you couldn't really tell before because of all the sand at the bottom, but after some of it got moved, after this deep sea devourer used its spikes growing out of the ground attack, and it shifted the sand a little bit, that there what seems to be some sort of a small chest off in the corner of the kind of like altar where the orb was at. You couldn't see it before, but now that the sand has shifted a little bit, you can now make out a small little chest.
Don't be a
Be
mimic.
nice,
don't
Chester.
be a mimic.
So I'm gonna take my hand axe and crack it open.
Okay, so you're gonna crack this chest up. Don't be a mimic. Don't be a mimic.
Well, that's the goal of hitting it with the axe. If it is, at least I do some damage to it.
That is very true, my friend. Okay,
Priceless paintings are now ruined by the sea.
I think Tydak has flashbacks now with paintings. Okay, so as you open up the chest and you break it open, it is not a mimic. It is not booby trapped. However, as you open up this chest, the interior of the chest is a little bit, the wood is rotted a little bit, granted that it is underwater, and the inside of this chest is faded. But inside this chest, sitting on top of this faded kind of violet pillow, in a sense, what looks to be two bracers just laying on this pillow inside of this chest. The bracers are designed in a kind of brown leather ornate, and it's designed with gold and silver trimming and ornate designs of flowers of some
Oh
sort.
god, they're shinies.
I mean, it is a little bit of shiny.
There are also bracers, and Tydak cannot resist putting bracers on.
Hey, I was just gonna say I immediately put them on without any second thought.
Okay, you put them on.
Without second thought.
Okay, cool.
Now bracers, so gauntlets, bracers are up here.
I thought
right?
that was a ring that he put on. No, bracers cover your wrist as well as your forearm.
Yeah.
Only your forearm. Or no, I have a
So
gauntlet.
So currently, Tydak still has his bracelet that the Rajani twins are tracking him now because, you know, magic stuffs, but that's okay. But you put the bracers on and you feel, Tydak, for a little bit, it doesn't seem like you feel anything, but after a few moments, you feel yourself have an increase in stamina. You feel like a second and wave of energy courses through your body as if you can go another couple of rounds if you were to run into a fight. Now I'm going to be a nice DM because I'm going to tell you what these things are, because normally I would like you guys to figure out what these are, but I'm going to tell you anyways because you earned it, plus you died. Tydak, you currently are wearing the bracers of the duelist. So I'll send you the information in a separate message, but while you wear these finely wrought to gold and silver etched bracers, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage from a successful melee attack against you by 1d10 plus your dex modifier of minimum of 1. The property can't be used again until the next dawn, so you can reduce damage from a melee attack coming your way by 1d10 plus your dex
He's
modifier.
gonna need that.
Damn.
So my forearms are going to be heavily armored then. Not only do I now have the gauntlets of ogre power, because just when the one guy bought them, I bought them too, just because you know what, fuck it, I had enough gold. But now I'm going to have a bracers under that.
Just all the power.
He's got beefy wrists.
I got beefy wrists.
Beefy.
So I can't find that in D&D Beyond. Is that an extra?
Oh no, this is a homebrew item.
Okay.
I want to say not homebrew, I should say, but this is from a third party.
Okay, so could you just drop it in the inventory whenever you get a chance?
I will create it. I will create it, but I will also put it in your notebook for now, so you have it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna drop the pics in your notebook.
Click.
Cool. Alrighty.
So I have a bracelet of rank. I have the bracers of the duelist. Gauntlets of ogre power.
It didn't really do you much favor.
No.
Your dice rolls were not great.
I told you.
Trying to check out wrists, apparently. I wonder why.
I don't.
Alrighty. Corvus, coming back to you real quick.
Who's holding up balls?
Josh.
Why is he holding up cotton balls?
I think those are styrofoam balls.
Anyways, Corvus, after some help like chopping everything, you managed to get 2 of those spikes from the tentacles, so you're able to analyze them a little bit later. And then you also have some calamari pieces.
Can I get
Josh, do you have a question? No, I think he's losing it. Alrighty.
I'll also take my sample and get one of those spike things too.
All right. So you have, you are able to get 1, and you get your sample as well. Alrighty. So after, go ahead.
I want to carry as much meat as I can possible back. Like as much meat as I can possibly carry.
You are able to take 3 pounds of this meat back with you.
Only 3?
That was the roll.
That's about all it's tasty, or all it's not poisonous.
Yes.
And Mikey,
We did hack it up pretty good, so.
Once everyone's done, I'm going to do my little ritual and then kick it in the head and send it floating.
Okay.
How much did I get?
You do
of
that.
the meat? Sorry to ask.
Alrighty. Once everything has done, Hugh, you still have the orb.
Do.
And all of you guys, and then just make your way out of the cave. Some of you fared better than others in the fight. It was a little bit of a touch and go for a little bit, but you all managed to hold your own. One of you managed to find some treasure, but you guys got what you came for, and you make your way back to the castle to get the King of Aquatica to activate the magical properties of the orb and therefore complete your mission by returning it back to the Wizard's Tower. So you guys begin making your way back to the underwater castle, and that is where we're going to call the session for tonight.
Good job, everybody.
Oh my goodness, you guys. We'll talk more off camera, but man, that fight was back and forth. It was crazy, but you guys did it. It's going to be so good. But
Ferren didn't even pull his gin out to make us go.
oh my goodness. But that is going to be it for Call of the Deep. When we come back with next episode, the Scorched Shield will make their way back to the castle to hopefully convince the King of Aquatica to reactivate the orb and to be able to take their prize back to Waterdeep in order to get the city prepared for the oncoming pirate attack, which is happening very soon. Will the party be able to convince the king to help them in their quest? Will they be able to properly prep Waterdeep for an oncoming attack from the Black Armada? You're going to have to come back next episode to find out.
Ooh,
But
get a long rest.
after they
Next
get a
time
long
on
rest.
Scorched Shield Z.
But from all of us here at Vibe Tribe, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, let the good times roll. Until next episode, we'll see you later. But until then, ta-ta for now.
Bye.
I let the good times roll and I rolled a 17.
Bye.
This has been a Vibe Tribe production. Remember, take care of each other, love one another, and as always, keep those good times rolling. We'll see you next time.